Like, when shit gets, like, tough, they want to run and, like, because I feel like guys just don't want to talk about their feelings. Like, that's another
1,000,000%.
Like, don't, like,
trillion
why are we both going to bed so angry at each other, waiting to see, oh, are you going to text me or whatever? Like,
and he be acting like he got over it the next day, but honey, we're never over it. Like, until we solve it, we're not over it. I hope y'all know that. Hey guys, welcome to another podcast episode of Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Bree, and this is my co-host,
Jasmine.
Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. All right, so this episode is going to be based on love versus lust. Ooh. All right, we all know we've been through it. Well, some of us been through love, and a lot of us been through love. Exactly. So, you want to talk about lust first, or you want to talk about love?
We can do lust.
Okay, lust.
That's the one I can relate to.
First of all, what's your experience on lust?
Okay. So, I would say with lust, that's more like, you know, like, just like sex, like, you link with a guy, you know, that's the main point of linking.
Exactly. That's the reason.
You know, put the movie on and and then once that happens, and it's like, afterwards, it's like, you're done. You go about your day.
Exactly.
I would say lust is more like when you don't really have feelings for the other person, and you kind of have that arrangement.
Oh.
I would say that's what it is more for me, like an arrangement.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, we're going to link up. We know what we're about to do, and then we're going to go about our day. Maybe I'll text you later. But
Facts.
that's, like, more, like, the extent of the relationship. Like, there's no really going out, like, actually spending time with each other.
So you feel like that person doesn't care for you, like,
not in a way where they're looking at you like, oh, like, I am talking to you right now because we're going to be together.
Oh.
For me, it's always been more so like, this is like our vibe. This is like, we're just like going with the flow. If it turns into something, okay, but like, either of us are not really looking for that.
Okay, my experience is different, low key. It's a little different because I'm a loving person. Like, I don't know why I go into everything and I expect like a relationship out of it, but like for me, I realize that most of the time it's been lustful instead of like a loving relationship.
That's how I am. I feel like I always, when I start talking to someone, if I really feel like I like them, I'm like, okay, this is going to turn into something. But then the other person is always like, they're not on that, like,
exactly.
More, you know.
Why is that? Like, tell me, please. And I feel like it's the girls for real. Most of the girls, like mostly the girls that be trying to like chain it into something else. But the guys be like, oh no, I'm not ready for that. But let's talk about topic number one. Number one, like, do you feel like you could lose that person at like any moment?
I feel like that a lot. Like, I feel like it's like it's like when like you get like the morning texts and stuff like that.
Yes, like the good morning, the good night.
You feel like if they're taking a little bit too long to text you, you're like, okay, let me text them, because what if, for me, it's like, what if today's the day they decide they want to go speak? And I'm like, let me text them to let them know, like, no, I'm not done with this guy.
Yeah, like, it's like you're always worrying.
Yeah, like any little thing is like, okay, like, they're going to be done with you because this is not a real relationship anyway.
Exactly.
I think that's how I usually get stuck in those.
Same. No, for real. Same experience for me. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I have a fear of losing people. Like, I don't like when people, like, just, like, dip out of my life. But trust me, when they do, it's not like I'm trying to hold on to them. Some people, a lot of people, I know they have, like, you know, like, they want to keep them in their life and they'll do anything to keep them in their life. But once I'm done with somebody and once they're done with me, like, I'm like, okay, Brie, like, you got to be done. Like, you got to go. That's such a common pattern with, like, us women. And I don't know why, like, we feel like we have to, like, try to keep people in our lives, even though they're not even supposed to be there. Because most of the time, like, they're treating us bad. Like, a lustful relationship, you get treated bad. It's not like that person is loving on you, caring for you, spending money on you, da-da-da. Like, they're like, oh, give me what I want, and I'm out.
I feel like, in my experience, it was always, like, you are not getting treated bad when you're with them in private. That's, you know, you get the cuddling, the talk, the sweet talk, you have like the deep conversations, and I think that's where it comes from in our mind, where it's like, okay, this is going to be something more than what it is.
It's a trick.
Because guys don't realize
it's a trick.
You telling me about your mom and your life, that makes me think you're opening up and you want to be more than something.
Exactly.
Like, but then it's like, you realize, oh, I see this person in public, and they still haven't come over to say hi. They're acting like they don't really know you.
Shady. Like, they're with their boys, and they're just like,
yo. Oh, my God.
I'm just like, oh, so...
And then later that night, it's like, oh, you was at that party?
Like, yeah. Like, oh, I didn't see you. Like, yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Every time.
It's just annoying. And I don't know. I feel like that's something that we got to stop. We got to learn. Like, I don't know. Me personally, I realize that I don't want to be in lustful relationships anymore. Like, that's not my goal. That's not what I want in life. Like, I want to be in a loving relationship. I want someone to love on me in person and in private. Yes. Like, and that's just that. And I just feel like we have to break it off in the beginning, because I feel like men, they just feel like, oh, if you start that way, that's how it's gonna continue till the end. 100%. Do you feel that?
That's exactly where I am right now. I'm in that phase where I'm like, do not talk to me.
Right.
Don't attempt to DM me anything. Don't tell me I'm beautiful. I know
right.
That. Like, leave me alone unless you're offering to take me on a date for the first link. I don't want to go to your house. Like, and you know that you're going to be waiting for us to do anything until I'm comfortable. And it's not going to be like on your terms. It's going to be on mine.
Yes. And that's what it is. Make everything on your terms and start slow. Because the second that you start fast, the second you start like, oh, like even after the dinner, after the first date dinner, and you're just like, oh, you want to go back to my house? Yes. Say no. Like, you need to set boundaries early, because
that's another thing. Simply just saying no.
Yes, and that's hard, like, low-key. I don't know why. Like, I can say no to anyone. I'm like, no, but it's a guy. I'm like, maybe. Right, yeah. Like, stop. Yeah. But yeah, so like that's the first one. For number 2, I think we already touched on this a little bit, but like, do you feel like in a lustful relationship, all you do is have sex? Eat, breathe, sleep, sex. Like, if it doesn't revolve around that, then what is it? Like,
I feel like it can be more than that, but once again, once you set up that like boundary, that's like, okay, like, yeah, we can have sex and stuff, but like, we're not doing that every single time. If you feel like every time you're with the guy or with whoever, and you feel like every time you go over there or they come over, or you're just together and you always feel pressure to like have sex with them, that's how you know, like, seriously, this is just lust. This is not gonna be anything else.
And what do you think makes girls, like, even though they know that's what it is, what do you think makes them stay?
I honestly think it's just getting that attention. I feel like, especially if you've been like single for a while, or you feel like you've been just dealing with guys that just don't want anything, and you find someone that kind of gives you like a little bit of like more attention, and they treat you a little better than the last one. Yeah. But at the same time, you know that you're still only going over there for that one reason. I feel like that's what it is. It's just good. Like getting that attention, getting a little bit what you want, but not getting fully what you want.
Yeah. And it's just like, y'all, we gotta do better. Like, I feel like guys wouldn't be acting the way they act if we didn't allow them to do the things that we allowed them to do. Like, a lot of guys on at least on social media that I see, like, they're so confident and like just like bagging and losing. If she was more like not giving him, like not allowing him to like access her the way that he did in the beginning, I feel like they would be more respectful. They would be more like kind, more treating us right. Like, I feel like we're just stuck in this position in this generation where it's just like, I feel like we're not getting what we want. Like,
I feel like there's no like chase anymore.
No, it's gone. Like, they want us to chase them.
Yeah, that's exactly what
and that's bad.
Like, I feel like when I not ignore, but I don't give a guy the attention that they think they're gonna get, that's when they try harder.
Yo, yeah.
And I think once you get out of like making them wait, I think that's what it is. Once you get out of that and they get comfortable and you get comfortable, then they start taking advantage.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, I feel like it's hard to even get comfortable. Like, it's so hard for you to it's so hard for me personally to like open myself up to somebody, because it's like, I don't know, every time I do, the want and the chase goes down. Like, I'm just like, why is it going down? Like,
It goes away. Like, guys, like, after a while of like talking to someone, you realize like in the beginning they're like calling you these cute names, they saying how much they miss you, they want to see you so bad, and then once you let them get comfortable and you know you get kind of like past that like honeymoon stage, there's no more of that.
Never.
And then you're constantly wondering, okay, do they still feel like the same way, or like, and they're not, and then you kind of like, I don't know, for me, I feel like I'll like bring it up and be like, you know, how do you feel? Like, do you still like me? Like, I literally will say that.
Yeah,
like,
no, fact.
I'm like, do you still like me? And they'll be like, yeah, of course. I'm like, well, you don't do the things you used to. And it's because they've gotten comfortable.
Exactly. And that goes into literally the third point, no confirmation. Like, none of it. What happened to the reassurance? Like, in the beginning, you're telling me, like you said, telling me how much you miss me, da-da-da. And then now it's just like, you don't say nothing. Like, it's wake up, go to sleep, no, like,
no
affection.
Good night. Like, have a good night.
None of that. Well. Like, yeah, did you sleep well? Did you eat? Like, honestly, I don't like being asked if I ate because, like, I'm eating. Like, I'm eating. Right. But it's just like, oh, how are you doing? Like, how was your day? None of that. Like, it's like they don't even care about you anymore. It's just like, I feel like.
It goes straight to like, oh, you want to chill later. And I feel like when the girl brings it up, like, oh, what are we? A lot of guys like to joke around because they want to avoid it so bad because they don't even know. They don't know what they want. A lot of guys don't know what they want. They just know they want you. That's they want your body. They want the idea of you. But wanting to be with you completely is like something goes wrong and they have no idea if they really want that or not. Exactly.
And that goes into number 5, can't settle. Okay? Because settle down. Like, I feel like it's a big social media thing now. All like back in 1980, like there was no social media, so whoever was down the block, Jenny down the block was who he was gonna be with. Jenny down the block was who he was gonna marry,
and everyone knew that.
Now it's like you got Shakira, Lauren, Monica. I don't even know these names, but you got them all the options, and they can't choose. Yes. And I'm just like, yo, like, do you think that like one girl's gonna treat you different and then the next one's gonna but what are you looking for?
Because those girls are treating them differently.
But honestly, for me, I'm gonna treat my man right and he get what he want and he still can't settle. So like, what do you want more? What do you want more? You want a different face? Like you want That's what I'm saying. That's why we gotta have guys on the podcast, y'all, because I need to know.
And I feel like even they're gonna be like, oh, we don't know. It's just something different. I feel like when it comes to settling down and like guys getting rid of like their hoes or whatever, it's always gonna be like they gotta put you through a trial. Before they decide, okay, I'm gonna like stop talking to everyone else. I'm gonna be loyal to you. When in the first place, it's like, well, if you're seeking me out, why do I have to go through all that? Why can't you just cut everyone off and focus on me?
Like, why is there always a plan B, C, and D? Like, there should only be a plan A. The second that you decide that you want to talk to someone else, everybody should be cut off because that's how I am, low key. I don't keep texting the side person when I'm hanging out with the real person. Like, that is so weird to me. Weird. Like, how can you keep up? Like, I can't even keep up. Trust me, I'm not even gonna lie. One time I tried it and I said, hell no. Like, I can't. Like, this is a skill.
And I feel like for girls, if you want to have hoes, they all expect sex. So it's like, nobody wants to just talk and have conversation.
Exactly.
So that's how I feel like guys, you're not just talking to these girls and just giving them conversation. At all. You're keeping them around for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you're going to either be with me or you're going to be with her. You don't get to have both. Like,
settle. Decide. Exactly. Ladies, if they can't settle, you need to go. Because, like, honestly, it should be, in my opinion, 3 to 4 months for a guy to truly know if he wants to settle or not. He knows if he wants to be with you or not. By 3 to 4 months, he gotta know. Like, he gotta know. Exactly. So it's just like when that 3 to 4 months hit and you're still sitting there and you don't even know what this is.
Like,
and
you have to keep saying, what are we?
No, you gotta be quick with it because they just expect us to stay at this point. That's what the generation does. They just expect to stay for comfort.
It be working.
And it sucks.
It works.
We gotta learn.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it's such like a lesson. Like, I feel like I go through all these lessons and it's just like, which one is gonna teach you? Like, which one are you gonna like finally be like, okay, I'm putting my foot down, like, I'm done.
I think that's the hard part because with me, I give the old me.
Oh,
so
no.
to cut somebody off, but it's like now, it's like if we've already put in the time and then you mess up, I'm like, okay, well, let me give you another chance just to see like what happens. Are you going to better yourself? Where's this going to go? Maybe it's going to go somewhere this time because we just went through all this.
Facts.
And then it ends up being the same thing most of the time.
It's so sad.
So it's like, that's exactly what you mean when you say, where do you put your foot down?
No, seriously.
After the first chance, be done.
Literally.
Stop giving them chances.
There's only so many that you could really give them, and they take it and they run with it, and they'll do it every single time. Like, they'll go right back the next week doing the same thing that they were doing, and you're just sitting there like, oh my gosh, like in your head, you're not even like verbally expressing it, and they're not even verbally expressing that they want to be with you. So what's good? All right, that's lust. Okay, that's lust. We finished with
the
that.
Negativity.
Yeah. See ya. But let's go into love now. So I'm gonna ask you, what is your love experience like?
Okay, so I would say my love experience has been more one-sided on my part.
Girl, I
don't think I've ever even been in love before. Like, I feel like I've been with people that I look at them and I feel like I think I love you. But I feel like the fact that I'm even saying I think, I know I'm not in love. And it's just the fact that maybe this is just a really good time right now, and we're doing good right now, and this is why I'm feeling so strongly about you. Okay. But in reality, it's like, if I'm not feeling like I'm getting that back, if I feel like, oh, if I said I love you right now, would you say it back? If I feel like I would embarrass myself, then I don't love you.
I take the word love so seriously. Yes. Like, it's not a joke. Like, the amount of times like people have said it to me, I've only believed one. Like, and I've only said it once. Like, I do not just say I love you to anybody. And it's just like, I need to feel that reciprocation. Like, what is that? Like, that's that person being consistent. That person actually, like, wanting to open up to me, like showing me their flaws and I'm showing them my flaws, and they're accepting my flaws. Like, and I'm accepting theirs. Like, that's what love's about. Like, someone not just like leaving when it's rough. Like, if I get into a fight with you and you're already ready to leave and be like, ah, freak this and I'm done with you, like, that was never love. That was never love. And I'm not a back and forth person. Like I said in the beginning, once I leave, I'm out. Like, I'm not coming. I'm not coming back. So it's just like, love is like such a big thing, and I feel like a lot of people think that they be in love and they're not. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Yes. So let's get into the points on love. So number 1, you feel safe and secure. What is your take on feeling safe and secure?
I feel like that's a big thing for me, because I feel like I can get comfortable quick, but that's like a surface level comfortability. Once I'm really comfortable with you and I feel like I can be my natural self around you, you know, buying it up, whatever.
Exactly.
All that, even like naked in front of guys. Sometimes you do it, but it's like, are you really, you know, you're kind of like covering yourself. Exactly. But like, once I can be completely myself and comfortable, then I'm like, okay, good. Like, especially with like feeling safe with someone, I feel like that's a big thing. Like, if we're walking down the street together, do I feel safe with you? Like, can you protect me if something happens?
For real, someone come and be like, ooh, da-da-da-da-da, trying to talk me up, and you're right there. Like, are you going to be like, yo, back up? Like, that's my girl. Like,
exactly.
Da-da-da, are you just going to be...
my honor.
Exactly. Me, personally, like, comfortability for me is, like, being able to, like, I don't know, I'd be so embarrassed to, like, sing and, like, so embarrassed to, like, sing. Because I be having little music videos in my room by myself, and I be having a great time. Right. And it's just, like, if you could be sitting there and I could be having my music video in front of you, like, that's how you know I love you. Like, I'm just, like, I would never do that. That's like, I would never do that. Like, it's really the little things that, like, you see someone do and you're just like, wow, like, that I've never seen that side of that person before. Like, you gotta experience all the sides to know that it's, like, you know, like, true, real, like, I don't know, like, yes, exactly, like,
I feel like with security, that's, like, you can finally let your guard down. I feel like that part,
100%,
like, even being secure with that person, like, they leave their phone down, and you don't feel like,
you gotta look, you gotta,
every little beep and buzz, you're like, staring at the phone. It's like, no, or they can be on their phone in front of you, because a lot of guys will not be on their phone in front of you, or, like, every time, I would peep, like, when you're with the guy and you could tell, like, you're not anything, you know they're probably messing around with other girls, they will never be on their phone. They will be, it's like they give you all their attention and they might check their phone a couple times. But, like, me, I'm going to be on my phone, like, in those,
because I'm always on my
silent,
phone.
You know, awkward moments. Like, I'm just always on my phone because I have nothing to hide. But if you peep, some guys, their phone is always face down. Or, like, when someone texts them, they slide it up real quick. Or, like, I would keep that. Or, like, for some reason, they're not getting any notifications. Like, your phone's on D&D. Why? Like,
that is a big point to look out for. Like, that's a good red flag that I just realized. Like, not on their phone.
Never on their phone. Even though that might be weird because you might be like, oh, well, what if they're just giving me all their attention? But it's like, even if someone calls them, like,
Mm-hmm.
are they going to answer that phone call in front of you? Or are they going to text people back in front of you? Or can they go on their social media in front of you?
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I realized that, like, something in the past, like, family members would always call this one person and they would just never pick up. Like, they would never pick up. I'm just like, that's their family, though. Like, if my mom called me, me personally, I don't care. I'm gonna pick up. Like, maybe that's just a thing, like, I don't care, like, if I really truly like that person, though, like, I'm not just gonna pick up in front of, like, anybody, but, like, now I realize, like, with this one guy that, like, you know, whatever, I'm not even gonna talk about, but, like, he was so comfortable to, like, pick up his, like, mom's phone call in front of me and have a whole blown out conversation, and I'm like, wow, like, he must really trust me enough to, like, even hear his mother's voice, like, through the phone, like, she's talking to him and he's talking to her, and it's, like, it's me watching, like, how he's treating his mother, like, this is how you talk to her in, like, real life. I feel like that was low-key him bringing his guard down, and I was just like, wow, like, I really felt that, like, I really saw that, and I was just like, I don't know, that meant something to me, like, I was like, wow.
I feel like with me, with a guy was mesmerized.
Yeah.
It was just so regular for us to be just, like, cuddled up, whatever, like, he's maybe, like, behind me and I'm on my phone, he's looking at my phone with me, like, on TikTok and stuff. I'm doing the same thing with him. He's on his TikTok. I'm watching it because as if like, we're watching TV together.
Yeah.
Like, and it was nothing ever like out of the ordinary. Like, oh, like why when you pull your phone out, I can't look at it, and you're like leaving the room. Like, it was never nothing like that. Like that's when I felt the security. Honestly. Yes. When I knew like we can be. It sounds so dumb because it's like the bar is on the ground right now.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
We can just set the bar a lot higher than he can be on his phone.
No, literally.
Like, this is what we're dealing with.
this is generation, yo. Like it's so sad.
It's like little stuff like that. Like
it is the little things.
Yeah, the little things.
It is the little things. For point number 2, sex isn't the most important thing. Like. That's crazy. When it comes to, like, love, like, you're not always just having sex. Sex isn't just, like, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, yeah, if you want to have a little sex, have a lot of sex. But, like, it's just, like, yo, like, you just talk about life. Like, you just talk about the future, the past, the present. Like, you're just deep about everything. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just a different type of comfort that I feel when I just, like, I could open myself up and I could just talk about anything or... Honestly, we don't have to be talking about nothing. And it's just like we're just laying there. And it's just like there's no sex involved. Like, that's silly, beautiful. Goofy. Like, that's so beautiful. Like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, I feel like we need more of that. We need to, like, sustain ourselves from, like, doing that. Because, like, I feel like the second you do it, like, that's all, like, I don't know, guys are just... born for that. Like that's their gene. It's in their blood. Like that's what they love to do.
Especially like if this shit is good.
Another what I say, they be like, oh.
Like even though I was messing with in high school, every single time I went over there, we had sex. Every single time, and I was messing with this boy for months, and it actually kind of started out kind of like with the friends with benefits type thing. But then, how are we friends with benefits? You telling me, oh, I want to fall in love with you. You know, like...
Right, like it's just that. Miscommunication. So it's
like, I feel like with me, it always turns from, like a situation like that to, like, okay, we both catch feelings. Like, now we're going somewhere. But it was still, like... It felt like an obligation at some point. Like, okay, like, oh, I'm about to leave and we haven't done anything yet. And I feel like if you feel like that,
not love.
That's how you know that is not not right. Like,
it's
you
not
should be able
going
to hang out with
love.
Someone,
yeah.
And that doesn't even cross your mind. Like, if it happens, it happens. But like, you shouldn't feel like, oh, why haven't we done anything yet? Why is he not doing anything? Or why does he keep trying to do something?
Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes it's not even like the full blown out, like, going all in. It's the touching, like, and it's the licking, the sucking, like, yo, like, can we just, like, I don't know, play a game, like, play a card game, like, can you just, right, like, from beginning to end, like,
no, right.
Like, I'd rather fall asleep at that point. Like, I just, sometimes it's just nice to know that you enjoyed, the day with someone, being like best of friends or something.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
that was like hanging out with your friend and like you had a great time with your friend and now it's time to go home. Like that's to me, like I feel so giddy on the inside. Like it makes me feel good. Like it really does. And I feel like if all you like if all is on your mind, oh, this person's coming over, let me wax it real quick, or let me make sure I took a good shower, like, yo, like you already know what it is. Like you already know what it is.
That's another thing. Don't have that mindset that you have to do something. And if you feel like they're gonna think that, just point it in a different direction, or tell them like, hey, I don't want to today.
Yeah, saying what we want.
Speak it out.
Yeah, for real. And maybe not being in that person's place is a big thing. Like, you guys need to go out. Like, if you feel like that's temptation, yeah, for real. Like, go out to the park. I mean, go out to, like, somewhere. Like, not everything costs money. Exactly. Like, it doesn't have to involve money, but if you want to, let it. Like, go to the zoo free. Like, I don't know. But, like, you just have to, like, not tempt yourself. Because it's also, like, tempting
It's tempting for us, too.
Yeah, it is. Like, it really is. So, it's just, like, really just do things that you know won't, like, lead in that direction. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you want to build something with somebody. You don't want it to be built off that, because then in the future they're going to be like, that's why they're scared to settle down, because they're just like, man, like, I don't know nothing about this girl. I know it's her poom poom and I love it. I love it, not her.
That's another thing too. I feel like sometimes you can be more comfortable with the person when you're having sex than when you're not. If that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean.
Like,
and
when y'all are in that moment, y'all are in that moment. But, like, once it's over and done with and y'all are really trying to chill, it's just awkward.
Looking up.
And you're like, I have nothing else in common with this person. Like, I don't...
Read the signs, y'all.
Yeah, like, I want you to leave now. Like, that's a good sign of, like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be involved with them at all. If you can't... I mean, if that's what you want to do, then do it.
At the end of the day, like, we want real long-lasting relationships. Like, I don't know someone who doesn't. Maybe you're in your phase where you just want to live life to the fullest. That's not what this podcast is about. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not out here looking like, oh, like, where's the next one? Like, no, like, I really just want to find exactly. Yeah. And it's just like, we're putting out all this information, talking about things to get us to that point. Like, what don't you want to, like, grow? Like, I know at the end of the day, people don't want to be lonely in their bed with, like, 5 other people 5 other days of the week. Like, that's not life. At the end of the day, we all want to settle down. Like, if it doesn't have to involve marriage at the end, but, like, at the end of the day, you want to be with that person for a long time, hopefully forever. Like, I don't know, I want to find my it person. Like, I want to find my other half. Like, oh, where you at? Like, where you at?
But, like, these nights get boring. Like, I want to do summer stuff with someone else. Like, I don't want to have to find a sneaky link or just somebody that said I was beautiful in the street. Now I'm texting him. Like, I don't want that. No. I want somebody that's going to be giving me, like, phone calls and want to go out and do stuff and bring me along with them and their friends.
Yes.
Stuff like that. Like, we can merge friends and, like, have mutual friendships and all go out and do group activities for, like, the summer and stuff. I want that.
Exactly. That's perfect. Yeah. That's a perfect way to put it. Like, you want to grow with somebody. Yeah. Like, you just want to grow. Like, oh, I hate starting over. I hate having to keep starting over. Yeah. Like, the first text when you're trying to get to know someone, like, I can't sometimes. Like, people say that's the funnest part. No. It's really not. Like, for me, it's not the funnest part.
Like, I don't want to text. Take me somewhere. Like,
for real. Like,
let me get to know you out. Let me see how you are in person. How do you treat your waiter? Like,
yes. How do you treat your friends? Like, even though, like, sometimes I know that you're not going to treat your friends the way you treat them around me, but, like, at the end of the day, like, how do you act in front of them? Like, even when I'm around her, like, you know, like, I mean, if it gets that far, like, your family members, like, am I gonna be able to connect on them with that in that way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just want to get to know someone from the inside to the outside. Like,
period.
Yes. Okay, so point number 3 for love: not leaving when things get tough. Hey, I know. Way too many, like, I feel like this generation period is so quick to leave. Like, it's just like, I'm over it. Yeah. I'm over it. Oh, you said this. Are you over it? Because I'm over it. Like, and that's it.
People are scared to, like, fight.
Yes, fight for what you want. Oh my God. Like, sometimes, I don't know. I feel like it sucks to say, but sometimes I'd be like testing. Like, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna, like, not a fight or anything, pull a little something, and I'm gonna see if that person wants me enough to even try to, like, be like, no, like, what? Like, why are you acting this way? Like, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Like, tell me the real reason. Like, I want you to try to get to know what's wrong. Like, what? Like, some people don't even care to know what's going on or what's wrong. Like, tell me. Like, they're just like, all right, fine, whatever. Like, bye. Like, oh, okay, see ya. Never wanted to be with you. Like, right. I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's so common. Like, and I just don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's just, like, it could be girls, too. Like, it could be us. Yeah. And personally, like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I do be over it. But, like, at the end of the day, if you want to get to know why I'm over it, I feel like that would make me want to stay more.
Yeah, just show that you give a fuck.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
That you care about my feelings.
Yes.
And then,
because they're valid.
Yeah.
They're valid.
Or like, if y'all get into like something, are y'all just like not talking about it and y'all are trying to just like ghost each other and like see who's gonna text who first?
I hate that.
Or can you, whoever's fault it is or whatever, bring it up and say, okay, can we talk about this now? Can we get past it? Like
I don't want to go to bed on a fight.
You made me feel like this is why I felt like that. Can you come to a mutual understanding and then get over it? Or are you I'm just not going to talk about it with them, or they're done, like I'm just cutting them off, because that's not healthy.
Exactly. And that's how you know it's not going towards anything, or it's not building. Like, if you keep doing that, like, then what is this?
Like, when shit gets like tough, they want to run, and like, because I feel like guys just don't want to talk about their feelings. Like, that's another
1,000,000%.
Like,
Why
are we both going to bed so angry at each other, waiting to see, oh, are you going to text me or whatever? Like,
and he be acting like he got over it the next day, but honey, we're never over it. Like, until we solve it, we're not over it. I hope y'all know that.
Exactly. Like,
I hope y'all know that.
I hate that, like, when something happens and then y'all see each other and act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
No, can we talk about it? Like, no. That's a problem.
Exactly. Like, we just gotta be mature. Like, I just feel like we're in this childish day and age where it's just like, you text last, so I'm not texting, or I'm not double texting, and I'm not gonna call you, or, you know, I'm mad, like, I'm not gonna try and solve it.
She's mad, I'm gonna give her space. We don't want space. I want to talk about it. Like, the last thing I need is for you to go ghost when I'm really upset.
Because that's
instead of asking me, oh, like, what's wrong? How can I help you fix it? What can we do to get over it? Instead of you being like, oh, no, you're upset at me, I'm just going to give you your space. That does not work.
So basically, don't go ghost because, some people, they like to get their own space for a little bit. When they say, I can't right now, can I just have some space? That means for a couple hours. It doesn't mean for the rest of their life or like a couple days even. No, don't ever let it last that long. Don't let that person go to sleep angry or let that person go to sleep with that on their head, because then they're going to think about it all the time. Like, after a couple hours, be like, okay, just call them automatically. Don't even text them, bro. Call them. That's what your phone is for. Thank God. God bless us with phones in this generation. God bless us with FaceTime. Okay? So you need to no texting, because texting comes off so wrong. Like, you'll say something and they take it completely different. So you just need to FaceTime them and just have a conversation. Like, be grown. Act grown. Like, people making it seem like their relationship and their life is so good on social media, but at the end of the day, most of it's broke. Like, most of it is just sad, and it's just like they just posting. They're just and that's just so, like, I don't want that. At the end of the day, I'd rather my relationship be going bomb and I have no posts on social media all about it, because I don't want to deal with that. I don't.
I want to, like, just point out something too.
Yeah.
If you are the type of person that, you know, when shit gets tough or whatever, you need your space, and then, you know, once you calm down or whatever, then you could talk about it. Communicate that.
Yes.
Don't just go in a corner and just ignore that other person and be pissy and just have an attitude.
Facts.
It's so easy. Or even, like, through text. If you were arguing through text, don't just go ghost. All you have to do is, you know, give me some space, and then we can talk about it later. It is that simple.
1, 2, 3.
If you go ghost, then the overthinking starts. And then now it's a bigger problem than what it was. And the whole time, you just needed a little bit of space.
Yes.
So, like, just say that.
And that's love. That's love, basically. And one more thing to put out there, guys. Someone really important in my life told me this, and I'll never forget it. They said, be your 100% self. And if that person feels like they just can't handle it and they have to leave, let them leave, because then they're just not the one for you. The person for you is going to love you 100%. Your flaws, your great parts, your bad parts, your good, it doesn't matter. Like, that person's going to accept you for who you are, and they're going to help you either grow from, like, the struggles that you're going through, or they're going to just add even more joy to your life. Like, never think that you have to be perfect for somebody, or you have to be you have to be this high standard for somebody. No, be your 100% self. And if that person can't handle you, if that person can handle Jasmine, if that person can handle Bree, see ya. Okay. See ya.
And don't think you can change everybody either.
You can.
You can't.
I tried. Every time.
I don't care how
Every
much
time it fails.
progress y'all are going through. You think he's changing. You think she's changing.
Doesn't matter.
There's always going to be those patterns that you will see in their character that just aren't going to go anywhere. Like,
yes.
If you act this way and they respond this way, and then you don't want them to respond like that, and they keep doing it, and you keep telling them, I don't like this, can you do it this way, or can you change whatever, and they don't, you can't change that person. Stop trying to change them. Go to somebody else.
Exactly.
You don't have to change the person that's right for you.
Stop settling, because that's not it, and you're gonna not have a fun life, and you're gonna be like, oh, like, I just wish this person could do this, and I wish this person could do that, and they just won't, and they can't.
Like, pay attention to what you want.
Exactly.
If they're not willing to compromise, if you have to settle for them, but they're not compromising for you, leave.
It's out, and it's okay to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Bye.
And it might not. You might not think it's like that deep in the beginning. Like, all right, it's fine. Like, that's just them. But it's like eventually you're gonna find more of that like behavior that you're not gonna like, or you're gonna peep that. Every time I feel this way, they don't care, and they're not like picking up on like how I feel.
Exactly. Yeah. And we don't want that, ladies. We don't.
Find something better.
Let's
Take
talk
a break.
about it. So this was a good episode. I think that this completes Love versus Lust. And I hope to see you guys on the next episode. I was your host, Bree, and this is my co-host.
Jasmine.
And you'll see her very soon. Okay.
I'm coming back.
Yeah, she is. Okay, so see you guys in the next episode. Bye.